Doctrine of prior resort. When a claim originally cognizable in the courts involves issues which, under a regulatory scheme, are within the special competence of an administrative agency, judicial proceedings will be suspended pending the referral of these issues to the administrative body for its view. Doctrine of qualified political agency. The doctrine of qualified political agency essentially postulates that the heads of the various executive departments are the alter egos of the president, and, thus, the actions taken by such heads in the performance of their official duties are deemed the acts of the president unless the president himself should disapprove such acts. Doctrine of Transformation. The doctrine requires that an international law principle be transformed into domestic law through a constitutional mechanism, such as local legislation. The transformation theory is applied in the Philippines through treaty-making power of the president. Through this power, rules and principles embodied in a treaty in force would be transformed into Philippine law and shall become valid and effective upon the concurrence of 2/3 of all members of the Senate. Double jeopardy. The rule on double jeopardy means that when a person is charged with an offense and the case is terminated either by conviction or acquittal, or in any other manner without the consent of the accused, the latter cannot again be charged with the same or identical offense. Eminent domain. The government has the inherent power of eminent domain, defined as the right of a nation or sovereign state to take or authorize the taking of private property for public use, without the owner's consent, subject to payment of just compensation. Equipoise Doctrine. The Equipoise Doctrine is the rule which states that when the evidence of the prosecution and the defense are so evenly balanced, the appreciation of such evidence calls for tilting of the scales in favor of the accused. Exclusionary principle. The exclusionary rule principle mandates that evidence obtained from an illegal arrest, unreasonable search or coercive investigation, or in violation of a particular law, must be excluded from the trial and will not be admitted as evidence. Executive impoundment. It refers to the refusal of the president, for whatever reason, to release funds appropriated by Congress. It is the failure to spend or obligate budget authority of any type. Executive privilege. The power of the government to withhold information from the public, the courts, and the Congress. Facial challenge. A facial challenge is a challenge to a statute in which the plaintiff alleges that the legislation is always unconstitutional, and therefore void. It is contrasted with an as-applied challenge, which alleges that a particular application of a statute is unconstitutional,